What's up? We're back. I'm Dylan.
I'm Kevin.
And we're here to give you a sense of direction.
Today's topics are going to be IRAs. You might be asking yourself, well, what is an IRA, Kevin? And to put it in simple terms for you, an IRA is just a retirement account. IRA stands for individual retirement account, but think of it as a retirement account.
And if you start maxing out your contributions starting at 18, you will become a millionaire. Just facts.
It's simple math, you know.
Simple math.
You can't argue against it. So you might be thinking, well, I want to be a millionaire. I think everybody wants to be a millionaire. So then we have to dive into the different types of accounts you can open up. So depending on that, it depends on your growth and what you can put in, what you can take out, when, and all that good stuff.
And then just a reminder, to legally put money into an IRA, you have to have a taxable income.
Yes.
So make sure you're filling out your paperwork. So if you're doing your side hustles or anything and you want to put that money into your retirement, you just gotta make sure you have a paper trail for the government. Is it Uncle Sam? Is he an uncle?
Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is the big boss, but the people that are gonna come after you is the FBI. So
it is. Whoa.
So
that's scary. So let's make sure that doesn't happen for you all. So, there's two different kinds, right?
Yeah. So we got the traditional, and then we got the Roth. So the main difference between these is the taxes. So with the traditional, you don't get taxed at the beginning, but you do get taxed when you take it out. And with the Roth, you're putting in money that you have already paid taxes on. So with traditional, we can go a little bit more into that if you want.
Yeah. So for the traditional, your withdrawals are going to be taxed as like ordinary income when you take it out. You also, the penalties of when you can take out for a traditional, you have to wait until you're about 59 and a half to take out. Whereas the Roth, it's just 5 years after you've started to contribute, and then at any age up in,
after that.
So that might be useful if you're, have to dip in when you're like 35 and, natural disaster comes and you have to find a new place to live or get your car replaced or something. You can dip into that for certain circumstances. Whereas the traditional IRA, they might have an additional penalty or fee that they would charge you to take out that money. But both are great for just the purposes of retirement because your money will grow inside of these accounts. They can be basically, from my understanding, is that they're kind of tied to the market. So if the market's doing well, you'll be doing well. And hypothetically, our market's always doing well. So therefore.
Yeah, these are, when you think about IRAs, these are things you're putting your money into that you're not going to touch for a long period of time.
Yeah.
This is not like a emergency fund or this is a place for you to stash your money so
you can set it and forget it.
Yeah.
So that your retirement age self can relax and not have to worry about bills or anything.
Because like we said, you could be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of things with $1 million at the age of
60, basically.
65, 70, if you don't touch it, though.
Yeah.
No touching.
Don't touch it. Yeah, you're setting yourself up for success. So, just leave that to grow alongside your growing life.
We should probably talk about the limits. Yeah. There is a limit, a yearly limit for both of these. $7,000 for each.
But if you have both a traditional and a Roth IRA, the max is 7. So you'd have to divide it somehow if you wanted to do $3,500 to each, or 4 and 7, or 4 and 7, 4 and 3. And that is like a cap just to make sure that no one is really greedy for when they're older, I guess.
So, what do you think? How do you think somebody should approach which one they should pick? What do you think it comes down to?
It comes down to, for me, I don't know. I think when I was doing research on this, it was basically just like, if you think that you're going to have a lot of money by the time you retire, they recommend the Roth. If you feel like you're just going to have a moderate amount of money, they suggest the traditional, and that is just based off of like the fee type of deal, taxes. Like the penalties and stuff and the taxes. But honestly, it sounds, I mean, the Roth sounds pretty nice just because you've already paid taxes on the money. So I just don't, I'm always afraid of like somehow not paying something or like owing the government something. And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to have to like go through legal or, you know, back work or something. Both are good
options. If you're already looking into both of these, you're already on the right path. You know, you're thinking outside of just stashing money away. Like you're thinking about it growing, and a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't know compounding and all that. So both of these are good options, but I would agree with you. I like the Roth IRA just because I don't like the idea of my money growing over a long span of time, and once I want to take it out, Uncle Sam comes in and is like, oh, let me get some of that. I'd be like, no, I already did my fair share. Like this is mine.
Yeah, it seems like there's less restrictions because on the traditional IRA, there's a mandatory, you have to take out mandatory withdrawals or distributions after the age of 73. So they kind of like regulate like when and how you should use your money. I mean, not necessarily how, but like definitely the when they dictate. So, but just know that either of these are good choices. Honestly, we just want to make sure that you guys are looking, like setting yourself up for success. We want you guys to retire with some extra change in the bank so that you can just, what's the motto here? Get rich slow.
Oh, I thought get rich or die trying, but
yeah, I mean, we can just help you get rich slow. Yeah. You know, it's not a mandatory.
No,
but I think most people would like to be.
Yeah. It's at a young age, it's hard to, not to bash on young people and say y'all are dumb, but it's just like when you're young, you're not thinking that far ahead. Like even me now, thinking 10 years ahead, like it's hard for me to grasp that. So just as long as you just understand that even a little bit into these accounts over a long period of time is going to, like, it's going to benefit you very well. So just think of it like that.
And it's honestly like the less you have to do later. Like you're doing it now along the way.
Yeah, if you can get into the habit of it now, and you know, starting off young, you're probably going to gradually make more money as you age. You know, that's just if you're progressing in life. And if you can just get in the habit of starting young with the little amount of money you do have, when you have more income, it'll just be like second nature. You're not going to be thinking about it, and it'll benefit you greatly.
And we're recommending, like, the guarantee of being a millionaire is if you max out your contributions. But let's say, like, you can't max out. That $7,000 is a lot for a year.
500 is
so
still
just
good.
Whatever you're able to budget, and then continue to know as you level up that you should probably move that bar just a little bit. Like, I got, you know, $3 pay grade an hour or something. Like you should probably move what you're putting in to each. And that's your IRA, your actual savings account, which again, we recommend that you have at least $1,000 cushion, as well as 6 months of your fixed expenses costs, which we kind of talked about in our previous episodes. So all three of these things help you feel more secure and like safe, like, right? And again, we don't want you to feel like you have all these restrictions on you. It's just more of like, okay, the IRAs, they're setting up future you. The savings account with $1,000 is saving you right now in case something happens. Again, weather, medical, things happen in life that we can't predict. And then that goes into the 6 months of fixed costs, because you never know what happens. You might love your job, or you might hate your job. You might be looking to go out. So we want to make sure that you're taken care of while you're able to do the life that you want to do. We want you guys to be passionate about what you do. We want you to invest in your hobbies, and like, if you can make a side hustle out of that, if you can make extra cash doing something that you love, like, I mean, that's awesome. There's just ways that you can go and make sure that you're good along all sides. So make sure that you're recording those side hustles. I can't remember what exactly it's called. You have to fill out like the independent. Like,
the tax form?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's like a...
I don't have any side hustles, in case Uncle Sam's listening.
Yeah. But it's pretty easy just to make sure that you cross all your T's and dot all your I's. And hopefully...
And circle all your B's. And,
circle all your G's for goals and money. Like thousands, right?
So, you want to talk about something that's on your bucket list, Dylan? Since we're thinking about the future.
Yes.
What's something
something
about mine right now?
On my bucket list is I want to visit all 50 states. I mean, the goal was all 50 by 50, but as I'm 26 right now and I've only visited 22 states, I'm a little behind on that goal. I think I could get there, but 22 states right now. And then there's a possibility of me going to Alaska this year to visit my friend that's out there.
I hear it's very cold up there.
Yeah, I think I'll be going in the summertime. Australia's winter right now.
Oh, really? Yeah, that makes sense.
So Alaska's fine, because they're up with us.
Yeah.
Sort of. You know what I always forget?
Huh?
Greenland and Iceland.
Yeah, that's a doozy.
I swap those.
Because Greenland's cold, right?
Yeah.
And Iceland's green?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that was like on purpose, or maybe that's a myth. I don't know. But I heard that it was because the Vikings wanted to like confuse people. Don't come to Iceland. It's just full of ice.
Good.
But you should double check me on that, because I don't know if that's fact. I've just been running for it for years. What about you? Bucket list?
Bucket list. I want to visit all the national parks.
Yeah.
And then once I do that, I would like to visit the 7 wonders of the world. Because I want to see if they're real,
Do those get updated, or is there like a classic 7?
I think there's a classic 7.
Is that like
I feel like there should. I don't know.
That's the only one.
See, that's how bad I am at planning things. I don't
but you know that you want.
I just know that there's 7, and I know that I want to see them.
There you go.
I think the pyramids are one, right?
Yeah.
We're still confused about that.
They're still like uncovering.
They're still
stuff. That's wild.
Another episode.
Yeah.
Aliens. But yeah.
But yeah, this has been Sense of Direction.
Hopefully you have a sense of direction now.
Woohoo.